Real briefly, welcome to this tutorial. It's going to essentially give you an introduction to what the tutorial service is going to be all about. The statistics class has a tutor, and you are expected to exploit the presence of the tutor. And I really prefer to tell you what I think you already know than to risk you not knowing or you realizing how useful this can be later on in the semester than earlier on in the semester. There are several ways to utilize the tutoring service. Please do not hesitate to ask. Don't expect this to be a push communication. You have a textbook, you have a professor who is going to be giving you information. Depend on the tutoring service to be what I call a pull source of information, where you, through questions, extract information that you need that's pertinent to your state in the class, your depth of knowledge of statistics, your depth of knowledge of Excel. You want to direct those personalized questions to me so that we can work through those to improve your position in the course. You have a lot of material. I am not going to attempt to teach you the course from cover to cover. You have a textbook, you have notes from the professor, and all the other resources. What I'm committed to doing is responding to these questions within 36 hours, and 24 hours is what I'm expecting as the average. Typically, for a week, there will be a weekly post. It's going to contain some worked examples, and oftentimes it's going to have a series of videos. You have to look at these examples and you have to watch these videos. It is the way we help to teach the course using the technology. The fact that we are delivering at least the tutorial sections of this course via the internet. So you absolutely want to watch the videos and read the weekly post. There is also a tutor conference session in the classroom. Feel free to post questions there and to chime in on the discussions. This is our classroom, and the greater you participate, the more you stand to benefit from the tutor session. So you absolutely want to participate in those. It is essential that you read the text also prior to attempting the problems. You're going to have weekly problems to do, and you have to read the text, which is the source of knowledge that you will need. Typically, I've seen students attempt to do what is called a hunt and find method, where you read the question, then you go hunting for the approaches to that. That can be pretty frustrating, and you're not getting the holistic approach. So you really want to create some solid blocks of time for you to read through the material, for you to then read through the questions and attempt to do the questions with time for feedback and certainly time for early submission. Feel free to use the private messages also. You can use the email option. My email address is there. It's also listed in the classroom. In addition to the tutoring conference, of course. I personally like the tutoring conference because when you use that, other students learn from it. You need to be reading what other students post, and certainly the response that are posted to those questions or comments. That's going to be absolutely critical. Now, there is a lot that will go on in this course. The course is pretty intense. You really want to not have the race leave you. You want to stay with the pace, and you absolutely have to dedicate solid blocks of time. Now, based on your background and your strength with statistics, your strength with Excel, your strength with some of the mathematical concepts that you're going to have to use, you may find that you have to spend more time on this than others, and that's what you have to do to adjust based on your what you're coming into the course with. So I'm going to be around, I'm going to be available. Feel free to utilize that, and if you have any questions whatsoever, don't be afraid to ask those questions. Alright? I'm not sure if I mentioned a good habit to develop is because of the feedback time with an online environment versus a face-to-face environment. When you do have questions, every time you sit to do a session, you ought to be sending off an email that has the questions that you're seeking a response to, so that the next time you sit to go through the material, you're getting the answers to the questions you generated yesterday, and that's propelling you forward, so you're not moving forward day to day with questions that are lagging. You absolutely have to recognize that delay and develop that habit of always shooting out questions and expecting and reading responses, so that you can use that to build while you move forward. Alright, so all the best, and feel free to start the communication. Thank you.